After a disappointing and injury-riddled finish to last season, the Boston Celtics came into 2021-2022 with everything to prove. However, at least at the start, everything didn't go according to plan. At one point, the Celtics had a 17-19 record. They were tied for 9th place in the conference. Since then, the Celtics have bounced back in a big way. And while their record is looking a lot better, I'm focused on what has gone into making that record look better. The difference between then and now is night and day. To be blunt, the Celtics are the NBA's hottest team, and at times, it feels like they're only getting hotter. Too far? Look, I'll say this. If the Celtics aren't the hottest team in the league right now, then they're definitely one of them. Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Robert Williams have this team playing some of its best basketball all season. In this video, we have to talk about it. But before we go any further, let's get a word from our sponsor. I want to give a major shout out to Fetch Rewards for sponsoring today's content. For those of you that don't know what Fetch Rewards is, it's basically a super easy to use free app that gets you free rewards on basically anything that you buy. All you have to do is scan any receipt or e-receipt and you'll earn points from wherever you were shopping. You then redeem those points for hundreds of rewards. I'm talking Amazon, Visa gift cards, you name it, Fetch has it. To be honest with you guys, the whole process is so easy that it's a little ridiculous. Just take a few pictures, click submit, and hey, I told you guys it was easy, right? One of the things that I love so much about Fetch is how easy it is to use your e-receipts. All you have to do is click the e-receipts button and it'll check your recent purchases. Fetch is not picky at all about receipts. There are so many rewards to choose from, and you can earn points from anywhere. Check out the link in the description below and get 3,000 free points whenever you scan your first receipt. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just about to spend my free points. No big deal, right? Be sure to download the app now and use code GETLIKECOOP before it's too late. I want to give a major shout out to Fetch for making today's content possible. Without a doubt, Jayson Tatum has been taking his game to another level. While all of the Celtics' success won't fall on Tatum's shoulders, I'll tell you guys that his success is a major reason that this team was able to turn things around. Tatum has been truly special over the past few months, and he's done his part to help the Celtics become a better team. In the month of February, Tatum averaged 24.5 points per game, 7.6 rebounds per game, and 4.8 assists. If you guys think that's good, wait until you hear about his first 4 games in March. I actually don't want to tell you guys how good he was in his first 4 games because it's honestly a little ridiculous. How ridiculous am I talking? 42 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, and 4.5 assists per game. He did this while shooting 55.8% from the field. For a lot of guys, when their volume goes up, the efficiency goes the other way. At times with Jayson Tatum, it feels like he just gets hotter and hotter. Did I mention that Tatum gave the Brooklyn Nets 54? Tatum's 54 versus Brooklyn would be the 3rd highest scoring output this season. While I hope that Tatum continues to make strides as a playmaker, the impact of his scoring cannot be overstated. Having a guy that can go one-on-one and score tough baskets in a half-court setting is something that you need. Once that point total gets high enough, they're going to start blitzing you. They're going to start sending multiple defenders. That's where those strides as a playmaker come in handy. While Tatum might not wow anybody with his passing at this stage of his career, he's somebody that's more than capable of making the right read. I've always thought of Tatum as the ideal high-level wing because while he brings it offensively, he also brings it on the defensive side of the basketball. While Jayson Tatum may not get as much love as a lot of other high-level defenders, I think that his name should certainly be in the same conversation. Tatum has a 6'11" wingspan. He has the quick feet, he has the tenacity. He also has the advanced statistics to back up his play. As a wing defender, Jayson Tatum ranks as the best in the league with a defensive rating of 105.8. You want to know what's scary? Guess who's number 2? If you guessed Jaylen Brown, then you would be correct. Brown and Tatum have shown the ability to go toe-to-toe with Hall of Famers on the defensive side of the basketball. Brown is another guy like Tatum that has the length, that has the athleticism, and has the mindset to lock down and lock in on the defensive side of the basketball. The pick and roll has become a staple in today's game. So many teams are flat out bad at guarding it. We've seen Hall of Fame centers get played off of the court because of their inability to guard the screen and roll. This isn't my way of saying that there's anything wrong with drop coverage. I think in situations and when ran effectively, it's most definitely viable. This is just my way of saying that I think that the Celtics are on to something great. Well, Coop, what are you talking about? You can't hunt any defender versus the Boston Celtics. A lot of times, a team's defense is only as good as its weakest link. We see it all of the time. One screen and now a guy like Trae Young is matched up against a guy like LeBron James or Kevin Durant. Versus Boston, that doesn't happen. You set a screen and you get matched up with Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, or Marcus Smart. And of course, the list goes on. You see the Celtics take full advantage of their versatile wings. Ime Udoka knows what his team has, and most importantly, he knows what his team is capable of doing. The Celtics run a system where they don't shy away from switches. Why? Because the Celtics have multiple players on the floor who are capable of guarding multiple positions. If you look at the Celtics starting lineup, it's long, versatile, and full of great individual defenders. I've talked a lot about Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, but Marcus Smart, Al Horford, and Rob Williams have all also been very critical pieces. The Celtics are so good at denying opposing offensive players at the point of attack and covering for each other that they let their best paint protector in Robert Williams play somewhat of a free safety role. While the Celtics are comfortable switching everything, they want to keep Robert Williams as close to the basket as possible. Why? Because Robert Williams is capable of doing things like this, absolutely destroying shots at the rim. This season, Robert Williams is averaging 2.2 blocks per game. You know what? Let's just say Robert Williams misses a rotation. Then what? Well, then you might meet Robert Williams' good friend, Al Horford, who is also averaging 1.4 blocks per game. I'm going to be real with you guys. Watching Al Horford blows my mind because this guy is 35 years old, yet he really plays nothing like it. Shout out to the addition of Derek White. Also shout out Grant Williams and the rest of the Celtics bench mob that makes sure that this team's defense doesn't miss a beat. With everything that I've told you, I want to know if you guys think that the Boston Celtics are for real or not. Keep in mind, in their last 15 games, they're number 1 in net rating, number 1 in defense, and number 4 on offense. To add to the fun, we could take out the last 15 games because they currently hold the best defense in the league. In the NBA playoffs, I think it's going to come down to can this team consistently knock down shots. They're currently 20th in the league in three-point percentage, shooting 34.6% from the three-point line. Not so bad, right? Well, they're currently the 6th worst team in the league at knocking down open threes, shooting uncontested threes at 36.1%. I love what Boston has built, and I love the direction that this team is going. Am I the only one that thinks that if Jaylen Brown had his own team, he would? You know what? I'm going to chill. Let me know what breakdown you guys want to see next. On a serious note, I am a giant Jaylen Brown fan. The ceiling is the sky with this guy. Where's Lil Wayne when you need him? Clicking the video on the screen right now is a great way to support my channel. I'm GetLikeCoop, bringing you guys the scoop. Until our next upload.